Welcome back, Rack Pack. Rackender here, bringing you another episode of Road to King of Games. Today we're returning with our Dark Magician deck. We're going to summon our ever-faithful companion once more to defeat the fools that are going to suffer. So anyway, enough of the over-dramatization. Let's talk a little bit about this deck. This is the quote-unquote optimal way to play Dark Magician. And we're going to go ahead and talk about it a little bit. So I did play two versions of Dark Magician before. I played a fusion version that used Eye of Timaeus to summon Amulet Dragon. That worked out pretty well, and I might return to that just for some funsies later on. And then we also played another version that was relying on Spellbook Engine to make up for some of its power. This time we are going to be playing Beatdown. Beatdown is a pretty common skill nowadays because it's really powerful. Whenever we used it, or whenever we activate it, all of our level 5 or higher face-up monsters gain 300 attack times the number of those level 5 or higher monsters. So our Magician Navigation will summon 2 level 7s, and we'll just basically give them a free 600 boost to their attack. Really powerful. In the current meta of Yu-Gi-Oh, there's a lot of level 5 or higher monsters that are easily summoned, so Beatdown is a super powerful skill. Curious if they'll ever change it a little bit, because it's a pretty common pick for... You can almost never go wrong picking Beatdown, unless of course your monsters are level 4 and lower. So the monster lineup's pretty much the same as the some of the other builds that we've made. Magician's Rod, 3 copies of that, 3 copies of Dark Magician, and then 2 copies of Magician of Dark Illusion. There is an alternative that you can use. Let me see if I can grab that information for you. Yep, card catalog. One of the top players who used this deck uses a different card. I unfortunately don't have it, but I did want to let you guys know about it. Kaiku the Ghost Destroyer, 1800 attack, 4-star monster, can be summoned with your Magician Navigation. When this card inflicts battle damage, you can banish 2 monsters in your opponent's graveyard. Not too great of a skill, but the really important one is the second effect. Your opponent cannot banish cards from either player's graveyard. So while this card is on the field, your opponent can't do any kind of banishing. So if your opponent is playing maybe Spellbooks, your opponent can no longer banish cards from their graveyard to activate their Spellbook of Fate. If your opponent is playing Vendreads, your opponent can no longer play or banish from their graveyard to special summon their monsters. If your opponent is playing Neos Fusion or Neospatians or Neos in general, the Neos Fusion can no longer be banished to protect. So lots of things that are in the graveyard just get negated. Bacon Saver, another big one, can no longer banish to protect from battle. So really powerful card, and because of Magician Navigation, it's really easy to get out. So I would highly recommend, if you do have it, to use it. It's a pretty nice card to have for this deck. Spell card, we have Illusion Magic, searches out our Dark Magicians. Dark Magic Attack, get rid of all of our opponent's back row cards. 2 copies of Enemy Controller, pretty staple. We do have 1 copy of Thousand Knives. There's a lot of powerful monsters roaming around. I think it's pretty powerful to... I think it's pretty important to run. If you don't have... you should have Thousand Knives. It's really easy to farm. But there's also another card, Dark Magic Expanded. This card is from an exclusive event, so unfortunately I do not have it. However, if you do have a copy of this card, you can replace Thousand Knives with this. This is very important. 3 different effects depending on the number of Dark Magicians and Dark Magician Girls on your field or in the graveyard. This card does count as Dark Magician while on the field, so this can help really fuel that effect. And so I would highly recommend playing this card. Maybe replace Thousand Knives with it. If you want to keep Thousand Knives, replace one of your spells and traps, maybe the Drowning Mirror Force, because it is a little expensive, but Dark Spellcaster. But yeah, pretty much the first effect is one of the most important, gain 1000 attack. You can use this during the damage step, pretty nice effect. This turn, your opponent cannot activate cards and effects in response to your spell and trap cards or effect activations. Also, spell trap cards you control cannot be destroyed by card effects. So that's pretty nice. It means that none of your stuff can get negated, so of course we are running a lot of spells and traps, so pretty helpful if you can get that off. And then Dark Spellcaster type monsters become unaffected by your opponent's card effects until your end of this turn. That's also a great effect if you can get that. It's very uncommon, of course, because if you get to the point where you have that going off, you're pretty close to maybe losing, so it's not going to be super great. It's basically a wind more effect. If you have enough to get the third one, then you've probably already either won or have enough Dark Magicians in your graveyard to probably lose. So it's either a win more or a lose more situation. Really, really situational. Probably never going to come into play too often, but it's there if you can pull it off or whatnot. So yeah, Dark Magic Expanded. This is a really good card for the Dark Magicians. I would highly recommend picking it up. Of course, 3 copies of our Magician Navigation. This is the core. You have to have it. Is, you know, Magician's Rod, Dark Magician, Magician Navigation. These are core to the deck. You have to have it. Drowning Mirror Force. This is not core, and you can easily replace this with something else that's very protective. I would look up, you know, any protective spell and trap that you can think of would pretty much replace this. Drowning Mirror Force is just really, really good in this deck. If you can get more copies of it, definitely run the Drowning, because there's going to be situations where you open up with no monsters. You might have 2 Magician Navigation and a Drowning in combination with Dark Magician and Dark Illusion. So, you know, having more copies of Drowning Mirror Force. If I had 3 copies, these Wall of Disruptions would also be Drowning Mirror Force. But having 3 copies of Drowning Mirror Force is very powerful. Like I said, there's going to be times where you don't have any monsters to summon, and so you're going to want to... Your opponent is just ripe for the taking. Drowning Mirror Force, all of their monsters back into the deck. Very powerful, very useful. And of course, does bypass a lot of protection, right? Neos Fusion only protects from destruction, so, you know, you're just shuffling it back into the deck, doesn't get protected. Really good stuff. You can, of course, you know, Paleozoic, Kunai with Chain even, Floodgates, a lot of different things that you can use. Treacherous, you can, you know, maybe... Treacherous probably doesn't work too well because, of course, we are running heavy traps. You know, there's a lot of things you can run in replacement. And then, of course, 2 copies of Wall of Disruption, very powerful effect. If you have Floodgate and Paleo, I would probably argue that Wall of Disruption is less powerful. Actually, the current meta does favor putting things face down. Desperado Barrel Dragon, whichever, I don't know how it's called. Everyone mingles them together because of memes, but you know. Because of that card, it's very important to put cards face down and then destroy them, so these might be better here, and honestly, I'm probably going to run them instead. I know this is a budget thing, but like, these are staples, right? The way that I see it is that outside of like archetype specific cards like Magician Navigation, you should work really to get these staples, depending on them. I think Cosmic Cyclone is priority number 1, and then maybe Paleo, I don't know. If you don't have them, of course, you know, other cards do work, but just not as good. You know, it's going to be a lot more hard. It's going to be a lot more difficult to deal with those Blast Spiders, Desperado combos if you don't have Paleos. So, or Floodgates. So yeah, and then the final card is Fusion Reserve. This is a super rare from a bigger box, but it is pretty core to the deck, so we're going to run it. Basically, this is how another way that we can add Dark Magician, because we can, you know, show them our Dark Flare Knight, and then it lets us add a Dark Magician. Of course, we don't have polymerization, so we can't add that, but, you know, we get to add the other stuff. So we get to add Dark Magician with this. I think if we had more copies of Illusion Magic, we would add, you know, we would play the other copies of Illusion Magic. I think we only get 1. I think it's a level up reward, and we can only obtain 1. So, very unfortunate. Hopefully they give us like 1 more of this. 2 copies of Illusion Magic would be perfect for this deck. But yeah, so this is kind of the more optimal way of playing this. If you guys aren't liking the ultra rares in here, just let me know. I'll definitely I'll take them out. but for now we're just gonna play it because it's better. It's better. There's nothing else to say. It's better. But yeah, pretty standard Dark Magician stuff. If you want to see all of the cool combos and whatnot, and want more explanation for those combos, of course, go watch the Dark Magician, my older Dark Magician videos. So let's go ahead and save it. This is going to be, we're going to be playing as Kaiba. I thought it would be pretty amusing to let Kaiba play Dark Magician because, you know, he hates Yugi. I don't know if he hates Yugi, he just, you know, he's big rivalry going on, so Dark Magician it's pretty amusing, I feel, to let Kaiba run with Dark Magician, so that's what we're doing. We're gonna go ahead and throw into a duel, silver rank 6. We should be getting into gold soon. Early on for gold, if you have like any last minute deck list, let me know in the comments below, and I'll try my best to grab them. Yo, this is a god tier hand. I'm just gonna throw it out right now. Such a god tier hand. If Magician's Rod could search off of a special summon, this deck would be insane, because we could Dark Magician, Magician's Rod, and then we would be able to search out the turn that we special summon Dark Magician. So that would be really nice. Alright, our turn. Unfortunately, we are running a Dark Magician deck, so we don't get to do anything. Our opponent lucked out. What does this do? Look at the top 5 cards of your deck and then place them in any order. You could tribute summon 1 monster in addition to your normal summon set this turn. Okay. Ooh, he's playing Silent Swordsman and negate your opponent's spell effects that target this card. I might need to do this now. We're gonna Floodgate. I'm not gonna let him activate any kind of level up. I'm gonna Floodgate, Trap Hole it. This is why I said Floodgate's better, because if he was able to level up that Silent Swordsman into a stronger version of it, that would be a big pain. So we're going to summon our Dark Magician in our hand, and then we can probably, I think I want to get rid of, or pull out this guy. So pull out this guy. There we go. We get a nice little boost from our opponent's card. Then we're gonna just put the Fusion Reserve down. We have Paleo as a backup, and then, yep, this is really good. Magician Navigation is a quick effect in the graveyard to negate a face-up card. So we're just going to beat down, and then go in. Let's go, baby. Swing in. Don't do anything. Swing in. Hopefully our opponent... Alright, our opponent doesn't have anything. If our opponent had something, we could Canadia. Maybe we should have put Fusion Reserve. If we put Fusion Reserve face down last turn instead of this one, we could have special summoned our Dark Illusion. Actually, I think it's only on our opponent's turn. Yeah, during your opponent's turn. So, we wouldn't have been able to do that. But we got some good stuff. This is a hard board to deal with. We have Paleo, Protect, Negation in the graveyard. I don't think our opponent's going to be able to do this. I've brought your own monsters against you, Yugi. What are you going to do? You're powerless before your own favorite card. I don't even need Blue Eyes to defeat you. It's over, Yugi. Surrender now while you have your dignity. Yeah, the Floodgate really threw that one for my opponent. There was nothing my opponent could do. I did the Floodgate just to be safe. I probably should have actually Canadia'd it. That way I could summon the Canadia and get an OTK, but it is what it is. Dark Magician is so good. I love the Dark Magician deck. This is definitely going to be one of the main decks that I climb with. I think when I hit gold, we'll do a video series, or one of the next videos will be the climb, and I'll be telling you guys what I intend to climb with. I want to get a Vendred video out, like a dedicated Vendred video out. That way I can talk about the archetype before we climb with it. But it's been slow. gem acquisition. Thankfully the KC Cup is going on, so I'm going to play a lot in the KC Cup, try to get those gems. Oh, we're gonna get that gold. Let's go, baby. Gold rank. So summon the magician rod. Search out navigation. There we go, baby. We're gonna set the econ first. That way we can hopefully bluff our opponent. We don't want our opponent to think that we just instantly set our navigation. So that's fine. Opponent draws. He's playing Arcana, dude. We're gonna have the mirror match. Maybe have the mirror match. He's playing Noble Knights though. Oh, what? What is this? Silent Swordsman. Oh no, cannot be normal summon. Once per turn during standby phase, during either player's turn when a spell card is activated, you can negate the activation. If this card is destroyed without a card effect. Oh. I wish we had Paleo now. I hope he doesn't have level up. Oh. He's playing the Noble Knight. Oh, that's so crazy. We might actually lose this. Everyone's playing these Silent Magician stuff. They're just countering us so hard. We can't do that. So we just let that die. Very unfortunate. We're going to navigate. Thankfully, he doesn't negate traps. The downside is, I think I have to summon another Dark Magician, because I think Beatdown lets me get over. So we're going to summon... No, we summon Dark Illusion, because we don't want to draw Dark Illusion. Actually, we do, but I think I already confirmed it. Rip. Oh well, we'll be fine. Do I activate this in our graveyard? I think I do. Yes, we do. We'll do the rod combo. Do the rod combo. We'll bait him out. So he's gonna gain. So we do this. So we'll search out 1,000 Knives. He's gonna negate this one, and we just win. He's gonna negate this. So yeah, once per turn. Right? Once per turn during either player's turn, when the spell card is activated, you can negate the activation. Yep. Let's do that. Let me activate this. GG. Sorry, friend. No. And then we get our Dark Magician back, baby. To the field! Arcana! You thought you could deceive me? You thought you could best your own favorite card? Beat down. End him. There we go. Yeah, we had a lot of different options there. But the nice thing... Oh man, Dark Magician is so much fun to play. I'm glad it's a viable rogue strategy. I'm so glad it's viable. Alright, we're in gold, baby. Gold! So it does look like there's a lot more gems being had, or being obtained through our rank up, so that's very nice. I'm really glad they added more gems to the ranked system. Like, rewarding you for playing the game, like, that's important, I feel. Like, if you want people to continue playing your game, you have to reward them for playing it in some way. And then the players will feel better about, spending money on the game. Because you're rewarding them for playing it. You're giving them, having a lot of fun. Alright, Jane and Yugioh, we're in gold. We're about to see some more meta-centric decks. How did he get that mat? What? I want these play mats. Those cards and sleeves look sick. Alright. Alright. So we do have one set. Let's see what we can do. The unfortunate thing of our Dark Magician stuff is it is a not sure what I should search here. I might get Dark Magic Attack since we do have Magician Navigation. might search magic attack. We're going to set the 1,000 Knives. Well, it does look like he's playing monsters. More monsters. So I think we're going to set the dark magic attack. This might be a very bad idea. Might be a very bad idea. But we're going to do that. This is kind of a bluff. I just hope our opponent... I'm going to assume he's going to like start... Like he's playing Jaden and he has an extra deck. So I'm just assuming he's going to start popping off with fusions. So the dark magic attack's not going to be as worth it. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought. He's going to pop off with the fusions. And dark magic attack is going to be less worth. Yeah. Gaia. Oh, damn. Yeah, I'm glad we didn't use our navigation yet. So he's going to get 2,200 damage. That's a big one. Lol. Sangin'. Alright, we're going to let him destroy that. And then I might just let him... I just might tank this. I think I'm just going to tank it. If he has something in the hand that can boost his damage, though. Is there... I don't think there's anything. Rush recklessly is 800. Yeah, we have to do it now. If he damage steps a... So we do this. And then we also activate Dark Magician. And then we also... Magician's Rod in our graveyard? No. Let me activate this. Put it in defense mode. So yeah. He's going to destroy one of our monsters. And thankfully it's the Dark Magician, so we can actually just resummon it. We straight up win now. This is just easy. 1,000 Knives. Destroy his fusion beast. Activate Dark Illusion to resurrect my Dark Magician from the graveyard. Attack mode. Beat the downer. It's over, Jaden. He has a Sphere Karibo. He's gonna let me do that. Oh, he can search another Sphere Karibo. I don't think you win though. Like, okay, yeah, like you... I have too much power on board. So even if you Sphere Karibo, you lose. Yeah. I mean, you have something else? Because you're just gonna lose. Like, you had to search a second copy of Sphere Karibo in that situation. The Dark Magician palette is too strong. Now I see why Yugi adores this power so much. Now that I've played it myself, I can feel its strength. I must craft a better Blue Eyes deck to beat this in the future. We'll do a couple more. One or two more, depending on how fast they go. Depending on how fast they go. We'll see. Honestly, the consistency is quite solid. It seems like it would be inconsistent, but it is definitely more inconsistent than other top tier decks.
Duel.
Point taken. As you can tell. As you can see right here, point immediately spoken. This is why we run the drowning though. So we're going to set econ first. Navigation second and drowning last. So he's going to play some face down, see what they got. Let's see. Let's see here. Playing it super safe. So we do get the Magician's Rod here. We have to search the illusion magic. So we illusion magic first. Navigation second. Drowning third. End our turn. Thankfully that wasn't a Cosmic Cyclone set. Actually, yeah, okay, draw phase. Opponent's draw phase. Oh, what? This card becomes Sanctuary in the Sky while on the field or in the graveyard. Set spells and traps cannot be targeted by or destroyed by card effects. Once per turn, you can target... Oh, he's playing counter fairies. That might be a negate. I might lose. I should have draw phased, because now that could be... We're going to try to do it now. Hopefully he doesn't negate it. Alright, yeah, I chained it. So he can't chain to this, because this technically isn't on the field, I think. Why does that lag? That's so weird. Here's mine. I think I might lose. Because that might be... This might be a negation. You can activate it. Lol. That's so weird. So it's his turn, his main phase. Let's see what he does. Yeah. Counter fairies, that's a tough matchup, man. Everybody's playing these weird matchups. Yeah. Your opponent declared battle. I'm gonna drowning that. Hopefully he'll take the negate. Yep, okay. So we can end phase. We can just end phase the magician navigation. Hopefully there's no negation. Oh, yep, let's go. Alright, nothing on the... We're good, we're good. We are good. And we can Magician's Rod to do the combo. I love the Magician's Rod combo, honestly. It's so nice. It seems like a terrible combo, but it turns out it's actually good. So now we get the Rod, Search. Doesn't seem to have any effects. Dark Magic. I think we're gonna blow up back row first, just to be safe. Oh, that back row was protected, I forgot. 1,000 Knives. Yeah, if you negate the activation, okay. So we set. We can now negate with our Magician's Navigation. So if it's anything powerful, yeah, I think we just win now. Ooh. Yeah, that was really scary because there's a lot of crazy power within, like, it's very unexpected power from the counter fairies. Because they have this weird, they have one of their counter traps. Let me see if he's running it. Let me go check out your deck, my friend. Sent you a nice, yay. Everyone loves the Dark Magician. So there's this one, which I don't know why he didn't play it, because there's no way, unless he set one of these, there's no way he shouldn't, like, he should have negated something. I was trying to bait out all of the negates, because this one can do some crazy things. Looks like he was playing it with the Hyperion stuff. But there's another one, let me see. Yeah, so one of the counter trap cards lets you summon this guy from your extra deck. And it creates a lot of pressure. So I was really weary there. I think we'll do one more duel for the video, and that should be it. Huge win streak from the past 2 episodes. Vampires popping off, and now Dark Magician popping off. I really like this deck so much. I'm so glad that I can play this deck. Yami Americ. It's also just very satisfying because you can, like, I think it's pretty versatile. It can play against a lot of different things. Some of the top tier decks I think are going to really cause problems for it, but it's not too bad. Too bad. I think we set this. Alright, let's see what you got, my friend. Anything important? Triamids. Ooh. Triamids are a problem. setting a card. End turn. So we're gonna activate these. Yeah. So I think we. So we're gonna. So we'll chain this. Does that miss timing? Because I think it says. Oh, it's if. So never mind. Yeah. No timings missed. Summon this. And then I think I'll summon my last Dark Magician from the deck. Just for a lot more power. Because we're about to summon this from our hand. And then we'll Magician's Rod. Nice. Another Econ. So a normal summon. Grab this. Set this. Change to attack mode. Any Sphere Karibo, my friend? Because this one, all rock type monsters on the field cannot be destroyed, but I'm pretty confident that since you put it face down, that's not going to do anything. Like, you needed to summon it. Like, it doesn't affect it if you put it face down. So we just win. If you put it face up, then it would do something, but I play Trimids too, my friend. I know how they play. Honestly, Dark Magician is probably a pretty good counter to the Trimids because of the Dark Magic attack. I can do some pretty crazy stuff. Force their hand, Magician Navigation negates. Dark Magician working out pretty solid. Dang. Gold 2 already and Dark Magician climb. We might just do a lot of Dark Magician climbing, depending on how things go. I do want to get Vendred soon, so hopefully the KC Cup is very simple, lets me climb quickly, and I can get some gems. But yeah, let's see if he was running a full deck. Yeah, he was. Oh, he only has two of each. You gotta run, yeah, that's the problem. You gotta run Balance. Balance Trimids is the way to go. If you want to play Trimids, run Balance. So, you run two, like, the monsters don't matter too much, because I was playing with just one master and it works. 3, 3, 3 for all of the field spells, and then however you need traps. Probably 3 pulse. 3 pulse is really important. So yeah, pretty solid stuff. If you want to see some solid Trimid play, go check out my video for the Trimid video. It was pretty solid. And that's a better way to play Trimids. Wink, wink. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. We're still early in gold, so if you have any last-minute deck list ideas, please let me know. I'll try to grab them up before we start the real climb. But other than that, we're going to be focusing on the climb. We're going to be playing some of the more powerful decks that I've come up with. We do have 4 that we'll be using primarily. You saw this one is going to be one of them. Trimids are going to be the other. 6 Samurai is another one, and then Vendrids are going to be the big one because I'm really excited for Vendrids. They look really fun to play. So those will be the 4. We'll just be kind of like sprinkling them around, trying to mess with them, see how they go, and that'll be it. So yeah, if you want to see more Duel Links content, want to see the grind to King of Games and all that jazz, please go ahead and subscribe. I do have also some other Yu-Gi-Oh content in form of Legacy of the Duelist. If you like that and want to see some of that, of course, subscribe as well. And of course, as always, that we have to remind people, the bell notification will always guarantee that you get notified when my videos go live. Otherwise, YouTube could bury them in the pile of other subscriptions on your account. So if you want guaranteed notification, the bell icon is what you have to click. And of course, if you enjoyed the video, like it, subscribe. and all that stuff, because it helps me, it helps the channel grow, it lets me know that people are enjoying the content, and helps me improve as much as I can if otherwise. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.